Give everybody a little bit of time to find me. I know it's like crazy early for me. I never go live this early in the night. So I know it might not be like the most convenient for like my West Coast peeps and stuff, but I just felt so like compelled I had to do this. Like I just got off a plane, but it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just had to be done. So I want to talk to you guys about a few things. I want to get your opinions on a few things. If you're here, say hi. Let me know that you can hear me and all the things. And I want to make sure that I can read the comments this way, because sometimes you can't, and that's annoying. Okay, so I guess we'll wait and see. When y'all get here, leave me comments. Okay, I think I got it working. Okay, so if you're here, say hi. Let me know that you can hear me. I want to see if the comments are coming up because I've been having like issues with that, not being able to see them. So somebody put a comment in for me so I can find out if I'm seeing them or not. But I guess if I'm not seeing them, how would we ever know? Let's see. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Been through some stuff, huh? It's been a little crazy. Let me know if there's anything I can do or anything you need, okay? Always here for you. Glad to know I can see comments too. Hi, Mom. How you doing? So, like I said, I just got off a plane. My flight was delayed, so I spent hours in the flipping airport. But you're welcome, Bucky. Thinking of you. But I just felt overwhelmed, like I had to do this. Overwhelmingly strong. Like I felt I had to do this today. So sorry if I sound funny and whatever. I just jumped off a plane and came right on the live. My flight was delayed, so I spent hours sitting in the airport today. It's the worst thing ever. But luckily, I only get there like 30 minutes before my flight, which I know isn't great, but I have like the pre-check thing and priority screening, so I'm like, whatever. But it didn't matter when my flight got delayed by 90 minutes anyway. Okay, so I've been really inconsistent on here, and that's been really bothering me, so I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that. I think I have got a plan that I think will work better for us going forward, and a way to make sure that I'm getting like content out every other day or so for you guys, and it's not like super far behind or whatever. You know, the sign-specific thing has been tough for me. Hold on, you guys, my camera's slipping. Okay. Because you know how I am. If I don't have like what I feel is a legitimate like sign from spirit to do a reading, then it just feels forced, and you know, like I'm doing it just for the sake of while I'm on the air signs. It's not the coolest vibe for me. I don't love it. I don't love reading like that. I know you guys like it. I know it's how you grow on YouTube with their algorithms and all the bullshit, but I don't care. You know, I'm not doing this for that purpose. If that, you know, is a side effect and more people can get the messages, awesome. Like I'm all for it. That would be fantastic. But authenticity comes first, right? So when I feel, and if I feel like, you know, this particular full moon, new moon, or just this time right now really warrants a specific sign, like receiving a message, or a specific sign's really going to be impacted by it more than other signs. Sorry, my lips are so dry from that plane. It's not even funny. Then I'm going to do them, you know? But I just don't want to like force myself to be putting out like sign specific content all the time if I don't have like a specific, you know, desire to do that or guidance from spirit to do that. You know what I mean? And I think this new kind of energy that we're going into now, it's not even all that new, you know, but it's going to be, we're going to be deeper into this energy soon now, really, and more so soon. It's much more about the collective. So I think a lot more collective readings are just going to kind of be the thing right now. But, you know, you find them when you're meant to. You find them when you're meant to be a part of this collective. And You know, just always trust that whenever you find a video or a message, it was meant for you. Doesn't matter when it was filmed or what energy. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be a sign that you have, you know, in your chart or anything right now. You may find like, you may be like a Taurus, you know, with a Gemini, like rising and a, you know, whatever, Leo moon. And this like Aries video is just speaking to you, right? We all have those placements somewhere in our chart, and it just means that's the energy you're in or that is influencing you right now, you know? So never worry about that stuff. Don't worry about when it was recorded. Just you find it when you're meant to, and never second guess that, okay? So the energy shifts have been really intense for me, and I've been kind of trying to find my way through them myself. You know, I don't really have a me in my life to go to. I mean, I have a couple friends with amazing abilities, don't get me wrong, and I do go to them. But, you know, like this is my full-time job, right? So it's sometimes I just need to step away a little bit to figure it all out, because I can get hit with so much all at once, and it's super overwhelming. And sometimes I need to like put them all into categories, because the downloads will come in fast and furious, and I won't know like which one does this go to, which one does that go to, and then I have to sort of sort the stories out, the storylines and where they belong, if that makes sense. And like I said, recently the energies themselves have been super heavy, but the downloads have been so rapid fire, and there's so much going on that it's just really hard for me to keep up. It's energetically exhausting. It's a tough like time of year, you know, as a single mom anyway. The end of the school year, you know, is always crazy. I have a daughter about to go to her senior prom and graduate, and my son getting his license, and he'll be a senior next year, and there's just a lot going on. So it, you know, sometimes I don't disappear as I want to, or because like this isn't my priority, or like I don't care about you guys. I'm never abandoning you. It's just like I need time to figure it all out. But a friend of mine pointed out to me that, you know, you should be open about that. Like talk about that on your channel. And I was like, well, damn it, that's an awesome idea. Why didn't I think of it? So that's why I couldn't wait to get on and talk to you guys, because you're probably going through similar energy. That's why we're a collective. We're all connected for a reason. We find each other for a reason. So if you're going through it too, I want to know, and I want to help you, and I have no doubt that you can help me. So I thought we could kind of pull resources together. Maybe you're getting downloads, maybe you're getting visions, and yours pieced together with mine, and we can fill in some of the gaps. Because like this is like one sesh. One download sesh, like, which could be 5-10 minutes long. That's it. And all of this floods me. And then I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I got this download the other day about the axial seamount. I have never heard of that. I didn't know what that was or what that meant. Thankfully, I was staying with my friend in Florida who spent many years living in Washington State, in Seattle, and knew some of these things because they were all sort of related to there. So we'll talk about the actual predictions too. But let's do a little bit of a June, like once over, okay? What to expect coming up. So June is gonna be a little bit calmer energy, but it is the calm before the storm, for sure. It's sort of the time where everything is getting organized and getting their shit together, basically, so that in July, the energies of the planets, the planetary placements, everything astrologically can come back together and really mess shit up, because it's gonna. But June 19th, keep that date in mind, okay? Just keep it in your mind. Maybe be conscious of what you plan to do that day, or things coming in and out of your life around that time. Jupiter, which is gonna move into Cancer, is gonna have a clash with Neptune on the 19th. You know, Neptune is a dreamy planet, but it's also an illusionary planet. It's like the planet of illusion. Jupiter is our planet of growth and expansion, good luck, good fortune. So there could be some major disappointments that come from that. And I have this feeling that it's going to be sort of global, all right? Not just on an individual, personal basis, although that might happen too. This feels bigger. And I do think it's one of the only really big things in June. Although I can't swear I know the timing on all of these predictions I'm about to tell you guys about. But June is a time for like creating a sacred space in your life for important conversations. Not like a physical space, although that's great too. You should have one. But you know, Gemini season is about communication, ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So it's really a time for you to go deeper with the people in your life, your relationships, have very, honest and sacred and in-depth conversations, but it has to be in a safe space for everybody. People can't be that authentic and true and vulnerable if they're not safe. They feel like you're going to throw that back on them. So make sure that that's what you're creating and that it's reciprocated between you. It's also a big time of creativity. I heard sparks of brilliance is exactly the way that it was said to me, and personal breakthroughs. I expect to see people on a more collective scale questioning things like authority, or where's our money go, or why was that rule, like what's the point of that, things like that. You're questioning things. And really great debates can spark from that, which is great because they usually lead to progression. But looking at alternative opinions and options. And also just a sort of adventurous and explorative time coming in, because we have Mars going into Virgo, and Virgo is very like detail oriented. So like little minute details getting organized, right? In volatile Mars energy. So the war planet is getting organized, if that makes sense. And then we've got a full moon in a fire sign in June. The 11th is the full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius full moons can be very unpredictable, but it will bring your spontaneous side out, which is great. And a lot of times that leads to creativity too. But that's where that adventurous and kind of explorative vibe is coming from. Let's look at other things, other ideas, other ways of doing things. You might like book a spontaneous vacation, or, just go with it. If you feel directed to do it, go with it. Full moon in a fire sign can sometimes be a source of power outages, and that I predicted that happening, and we've had a few, but we didn't have the big thing yet that I was seeing. So that could be a vibe around that full moon on the 11th. Could also mean that your own personal energy may be really low. Okay, so if that happens, just, be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, listen to your body. And if you feel tired, like you need to rest and not push through it. Also could see some travel issues around that full moon on the 11th. But like I said, everything's basically getting organized in order to come back and F shit up in July, I'm not gonna lie. It's a time where people are really awakening, and a lot of us that do this kind of work or are drawn to it are awakening others, and we don't even know it. So I would love for anybody that might have something like that going on to let me know, because it's another thing we can talk about or do another live on, so we can support each other through that. Now we're going into Cancer season, right, by the end of the month. Cancer being a water sign. Happy birthday, Mom, by the way, who's Cancer. Dad first, though. Dad's Gemini. We got to get through Dad on June 15th. But water-related events are coming up big time for me, because a lot of planets are going to move into Cancer, not just the sun. So that underwater volcano I keep seeing, and flooding, definitely more seismic activity as well. And I'm seeing this like breakthrough in sort of like humanitarian aid, how we go about that, because there will be so many different places that are going to be really heavily affected at the same time, and people that will be suffering and will need help. And one day it might be us or you, I'm certain. So keep that in mind when you're deciding whether or not you want to help during another disaster that you see unfolding soon. But we'll see this greater sort of consciousness, a global scale of activism, right? Gemini and Sag together gives that vibe anyway, right? Because Sag is a global and adventurous sign that loves travel and culture. And Gemini, again, communication, your relationship to your siblings, right? Our other brothers and sisters around the earth. So global activism is the way that I heard it from Spirit. We're going to see more transparency in government, because we're going to demand it. We're going to demand truths. We're going to see more masks falling off for public figures of all kinds all around the world. People are going to be on the hunt for truth, and they're going to get it. Global funds. I'm not entirely certain how this pans out or why it's so relevant, but it definitely keeps coming through. it's like, you know, maybe it's crypto. I don't know. Please don't take that as like advice to go blow your money on crypto. I don't even have any, I don't know. I don't know things about money and numbers. That's not my jam. But all I can tell you is I think we're going to see some kind of shift towards some global economy or support of one another in some way. Whatever it is, I promise you it's for our highest good. It's a good idea. It's a very long road to the changes that we are eventually going to live, you know, within, how different the Earth's going to be. But we are very much in it now. It's not like, oh, this is coming, this is coming. We've started, okay? It's a long road, but we're going to see rapid fire changes start to happen now. We're going to see tech updates the end of the month, I think, and they'll be somehow related to healthcare and medicine, which is great, especially here because we're kind of behind on that. And then we'll have solstice on the 21st, which is really a theme of following your heart and moving forward. So don't stay stagnant with ideas or what you feel passionate about or you want to go towards. Go towards it. This is the time where the energy is supporting you to do that. Okay. Now, a couple of other things that came through. Oregon and Washington, I heard right away when this download started coming in, literally randomly out of nowhere. Crater Lake, this axial seamount thing that I didn't know existed until I wrote it down in an automatic writing session. Three sisters. Then I got Rainier, Helens, and Adams. Yellowstone and Campi, Italy, or Campi, Italy, C-A-M-P-I. I was shown the Ring of Fire again, which I know I keep talking about. And you guys can look it up and like see a map of it, but it's this huge arc, right? That's called the Ring of Fire, where all of these like volcanoes and stuff and plates sit. From like Peru, Chile to the Aleutian Trench, all the way over to the Mariana Trench. So it's probably the one most people have heard of, like to the Philippines. It goes through Japan, Tonga. You know, it's big, but look it up, look at a map of it. I'm seeing activity start to spark on every point of that. And that's basically like some part of the whole world. I mean, it crosses over the US, you know, West Coast. So I'm definitely seeing that underwater volcano thing going on and then sparking more just regular volcanic activity, which I know has started, but these predictions actually came to me before that happened. And I do have a witness and a timestamp, so I can prove it for all the haters, you know, the naysayers out there. I chose not to put this out right away because I needed to sort through some of it myself because it seemed very catastrophic and I didn't want people to freak out. That's the truth. So volcanoes and earthquakes, when they start to happen really rapid fire, and the volcanoes will be, you know, setting these sort of earthquakes off, these tectonic plate shifts, and then that's going to trigger tsunamis. So then we've got the water thing coming in. But when we start to see these happening, it's a sign that there's going to be another big solar storm, a geomagnetic storm, a CME coming in, like we just had, that caused the aurora, right? A big one. That one is going to take out the power grid. I don't know how severely, I don't know how many people will be affected, exactly where. I'm certain the US was included because it felt very personal to me. And I'm on the East Coast, just so you know, you're aware of how close you might be to me. But that's our sign, okay? That a big power grid failure is about to come, and watch it happen in the dead of summer when it's hot as balls out. Just a warning. And the other message I got was that it's time for people to accept the poles are shifting because they've moved so much and it's so obvious and there's so much proof of it now that it's kind of like people are getting annoyed that like mainstream media are just, you know, ignoring it or it's not being talked about how much the earth has really moved and is continuing to, because that changes everything. I mean, down to like the way we navigate an airplane or, you know, all kinds of things, right? Satellites, blah, blah, blah. We need to recognize that the poles are shifting and be making, you know, proactive steps towards accepting how that might affect our infrastructure and getting ready to replace our infrastructure for that. It's where the power grid failures and stuff are coming from with these CMEs. I had 2 spirit animals come through, which happens, like, I dive into Native American culture and stuff pretty hard. I'm Native American and grew up going to the powwows and all the things. But I had a raccoon and an elk. And I couldn't remember what either of them was, like in the medicine wheel, like the native medicine wheel. And I know a good amount of them, but neither one of them was coming up for me. So I had a friend look it up in his medicine wheel book, and as soon as I heard what they both represented, everything made sense and started to snap into place. So raccoon is like the protector of the underdog, okay? It shows up for people who need your strength. Like, if you're a strong force and you help people or know that you have the ability to, you show up, for the underdog, right? That's your job. That's the medicine you have to offer. And you speak up in defense of others who maybe just need somebody in their corner right now, right? Can't defend themselves. The most powerful part of the message came through as, make sure that you provide for yourself first and your well doesn't dry up, so that you can give generously and equally to others as well. And I think that was a big message for me about what's like going on here, right? Where like, I was posting the daily messages and then they fall off, or like I haven't posted a lot of readings on here recently. It's a lesson for me too to find the balance, so I don't go to a point of burnout and have to like disappear. I can't say with everything going on the earth and these new abilities and stuff awakening for me, it's not going to happen still, where I just like need a minute, because it's even hard for me to talk right now. I'm sure you can hear it. There's just so much coming at me all the time. But make sure that you take care of yourself first, and you have enough resources for you first, and then give generously, because we're going to need to sort of pool our resources and support one another. There's going to be a lot of chaos and change coming. Now, the elk is about stamina. It's about how to arrive where you want to be or where you're going without burning out, literally. And I was like, dang, related. Never ceases to amaze me. It also has a vibe of like brotherhood, sisterhood. And elk medicine is about spending time with the same sex as you, right? So if you're a divine feminine, spending more time with divine feminines. If you're a divine masculine, spending more time with divine masculines. And really learning to love the gender that is your own and creating this sense of brotherhood and sisterhood, which I get. And I think the point is to get us strong in that so that we can come together as a whole collective without the competition and the weirdness and stuff that can sometimes exist with same gender. And then I heard, how are you holding up physically? And do you need to be supported? Maybe join a support group of people that are the same, sex as you, or whatever you identify as, because what I always say, gender's a 3D earthly thing. It doesn't exist in the spirit world. We're all divine masculine and divine feminine. Hopefully equally, because that's how you know you're in balance, but not always. All right, did I get all that out? Yeah, how are you holding up physically? Think about the idea of this whole support group, or forming a little group, and getting closer and sharing a sacred space and having deep conversations with people of the same sex, okay, as you. The axial seamount thing that I didn't know what the hell it was. It's like 300 miles off the coast of Oregon, and it's basically a submarine volcano. When I first started hearing about the underwater volcano, I didn't even know that we knew that those existed. Like, it's just not normally my jam. Now it's like, yeah, we know, and there's already been a lot of talk about science thinking that that's about to happen anyway, that these are about to go. Rainier, Helens, Adams are all in Washington. I guess, the only reason I could think of that I was given them that way is because they're going to spark each other to set off. And it's going to spark a lot of that tectonic plate activity. There's a huge plate that, several that runs down the U.S. Pacific coast. You guys know that, but The West Coast is very, the plate shifting that's happening there is wild. Like that land mass is going to change. The way the earth looks, the shape of it is going to change. I saw it and it was crazy. So pay attention to that, especially if you have loved ones out there or you live out that way, because it will trigger the tsunami thing too. So you're gonna have volcanoes, flooding, water, tsunami, and earthquakes all happening at the same time. I think that's July, but we're obviously already starting to see this now, with like Mount Etna and everything else. Now, Three Sisters, I'm not entirely certain what that means. But a day after all of these predictions came in, I got this download of 3 little girls, sisters, in the woods or camping or something, and they were killed. They were murdered. And I sent that to a friend because I was in an environment where I couldn't make sense of the download or look it up or Google it. But I'm like, I need to tell someone this before I forget. And he immediately sent me back this article that was happening. I guess I don't know, maybe it was this weekend or something. I won't read it, you know how I am. I won't look at the news or read that. But I know that it's a real thing and that these 3 little girls that were sisters were found dead. So I don't know if that's the end of that prediction or it's something else to do with the 3 sisters, like geography. That's in, I think it's Oregon. Maybe it's Washington. It's one of the 2. I don't know yet. I'll try to figure it out. Or if anybody else had downloads, feel free to share and we can piece the puzzles together, because I'm sure I'm not the only one with these visions and things coming through. And like I said, it's all about the collective, us putting our resources together to get a little bit further here and understand more and what we're supposed to do with all of this information, because I don't always know. You know, when I get downloads like this, a page full of like hell on earth, like predictions, why do I know? I can't stop it. What am I doing with the info? What should I be doing with it? I mean, I don't understand why I get them. And I'm struggling a little bit with that too. You know, I mean, yeah, I can come on here and say it and warn people, but it's not like I've got some massive like million+ people following, watching this. I don't know, but if anybody's got any ideas, feel free to share them. I'm still trying to navigate my way through what's still a bit of murky water. Okay. Okay. I think I hit all of these and all of the June stuff. Feeling good about that. Yes. Okay. Does anybody have anything to add? Any questions you have for me? Anything else you'd like to know? Or like types of readings you want to see, when you like to see them, things like that. I'm thinking I'm going to try to post at least 3 days a week, and just let my intuition guide me. Just let spirit say, hey, this is the type of reading I want you to do. And this is what I want you to talk about. And I'm just going to follow that for a while and feel more authentic with this. But like I said, if I feel like I need to do a sign specific, I will. I'm just not going to force sign specific readings just because I did one for 2 other signs or something, okay? But if it's your solar return, of course, I'll do your birthday reading. So Gemini, yours is coming out tonight. Your solar return reading. Okay? Is that cool for everybody? You know, and if there is a certain type of reading that you want me to do, or an idea that you have, or you saw it on another channel, or I don't know, anything, let me know. I'm super open to it. I'll do whatever kind of readings you guys want. And, you know, we can see how they do and where they go. Because maybe you're being guided by spirit, you know, to tell me to do it. Takes us all, right? Okay, well, since you're here and it's been a minute, let's get some messages for the collective. So I'm going to use a little bit of a different spread that I've been really vibing on lately. I'm liking. It's basically 3 cards for like, where are you at in life, 3 cards for where are you at in love, and 3 cards for where you're at in work. And I find that the themes like cross over a lot and come together in a really cool way. So let's do that. I call upon the light. I call upon the divine. I call upon the spirit, angels, guides, ancestors, and my higher self. Bring me the best and highest messages for the collective. What do they need to hear? Yeah, you can ask a question. I can't promise I'll answer it, but you can ask it. What does the collective need to hear, please? Let's see. There we go. Okay. Now I can see your comments. All right. For the collective. Three for life. Where are you at? What lies ahead? How to get there? For the collective. Okay. Oh shoot, 10 of cups. Hey. 3 of cups, lots of water coming in. And the 2 of wands. Okay. Wow, this laid out in a really cool way. Wow. Every card is either blue or green, which would be wands and cups. And it looks really cool. I don't think I can tilt this low enough to show you guys. I'll probably end up screwing up and like turning off the live. Can you see that? It looks really cool. And the Empress. So just cups, wands, and an Empress, which is pretty powerful. She's kind of the combination of cups and wands, actually. All right, so life, where are you at? You got the 10 of cups. All your cups are full. That's completion. It's an excess of energy. So it's feeling super fulfilled in life and feeling like you've really accomplished something, and also knowing that you're starting a new cycle and the cycle is ending for you, which it is for all of us. We are definitely going into a new place on earth, a new way of living, right? A new cycle. Now what lies ahead is the 3 of cups. That's a card of celebration. And in this deck in particular, which I have no idea why I grabbed, I very rarely use this deck, but it was just sitting here and I reached out and grabbed it. This particular 3 of cups is this like earth global celebration vibe about it that I don't normally say. It's pretty cool. But yeah, 3 of Cups is about celebrating. It's about your people being super happy for you. It's about having support around you. I'm hearing global support, just like those predictions. Yeah, and just people really being happy that something great has happened for you and celebrating some kind of milestones and things like that with like your soul tribe. So how do you get there? How do you get to this great energy? 2 of Wands, planning, making a tangible 3D earthly plan, but then allowing yourself to also surrender and flow with the universe and trust that it's going to come to you. And I also heard by making a choice, making a decision, like you've been weighing which way to go for so long that you're not going anywhere. Spirit's like, enough. It's action time. Make a choice, pick a path between the 2. And if you need help or advice with that, let me know. For love, where you're at, 8 of Wands, that's about speed. That's really fast-moving energy, and the Wands are the fire signs, right? Aries, Leo, Sag, so it's also very fiery energy. And what lies ahead is a 10 of Swords. So that's conclusions, that's an ending, right? Like, and it's usually a painful ending, an ending where you feel betrayed. So very rapidly, any relationships in your life that are not for your highest good are going to end. You're going to see some truth, hear some truth, they are whatever. You're going to realize this ain't right. We're not right for one another, and there's going to be endings. The people are leaving your life. There's no doubt about it. Now, it's for your highest good, and it'll be for the best in the end. You're making room for things that are more suited to your higher energy and your higher vibration that you're already in. But the act of it, right? When you're in the moment of it, I'm in a Pluto transformation right now, astrologically, and it sucks. Like the moment when you're in it, you're like, what the hell's happening? But then the day comes where you're out of it and all the new starts coming in and it's so much higher vibe and you're just grateful and it's wonderful and peaceful and amazing again. But yeah, the transition is not, I'll make it as easy for you as I can. But how you get there, how do you get there, right? To this new energy coming through in relationships and love It's the Empress, which is the most loving energy in tarot. It's about nourishment, nourishing the earth, globally, like taking care of one another, right? It's very mother vibes. She represents birth, so literally like the birth of a child, a new business, a new soul family, a new relationship, whatever. Nourish yourself, I'm hearing, and others. It's like raccoon energy. You got to take care of yourself first and then take care of the collective. So that's how you get to this new place, this new energy where these higher vibrational people are coming in. You have to nourish yourself and others, right? We get back what we put out. Are you okay with that, Spirit? Okay. All right. For work, career, Seven of Wands is where you're currently at, which is about resilience. It's also a card of defending yourself, standing up for what you believe in, voicing what you've got to offer, right? It's Gemini season. Don't assume that you can't possibly be the one with the answer everyone's looking for. Why can't you be? You probably are. So make sure you're voicing that. And just like I said, defending what you believe in, your values, your beliefs, who you are, standing up for who you believe in, for what you believe in, and just yourself in general. That's where I see you right now. What's coming in for you is Eight of Swords, which is about illusion. It can also be like an anxiety card, but it's putting ourselves in a cage. Like it's a self-imposed thing. We're actually, free. We're not caged or trapped here, but we make ourselves think we are. So there may be some clarity that's needed here, okay? And it's okay if you don't know and you're foggy right now. You're meant to be. You'll have the clarity and divine timing when you're supposed to. Yeah, because how you get there is Three of Wands, communication, or even travel. Like this could be exploring new things, learning new things, traveling to like overseas places. But yeah, I'm hearing communication coming in, new information coming in that will get you out of this mindset, and you'll see you weren't really, trapped all along. It's going to free up some new pathways for you, and I'm hearing for money, pathways to money specifically. And I saw a little pot of gold at the end of this like sidewalk, which was super cute. Also made me want Lucky Charms. I'm hungry. Anything else about that? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's see if there's any other messages from the tarot. If not, I'm going to pull some oracle for you guys. Get us some advice and guidance for what's going on right now. And if you are feeling foggy and fuzzy and confused, like I am, even though I'm getting psychic downloads like crazy, we'll see if we can get clarity. But if not, just know that it's coming. It just wasn't time yet. Divine timing's at play, and wherever we are, we're meant to be right now. It's okay. It's okay. We just need to surrender and flow and not try to control it so much. High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck, which represents your connection to your higher self. Super important to build right now, but also represents mystery and illusion. Things unseen. All right, what did we get? Oh, shit. We got the Magician and the Strength card together. Super powerful, right? The Magician can create their own reality, the world they want, the life they want, the situations they want in life. The Magician knows how to manipulate the elements and create it. The Strength card is a symbol of you've been through a lot, it's been challenging, or maybe it will be challenging, or is right now, but you're resilient enough, you're brave enough to overcome this and use your skills to get yourself out, okay, of the things that you've had to be strong through. You've got Nine of Cups, which is a card of fulfillment. I always ask you guys, what's your Nine of Cups? What does it look like? You should have some idea of that, right? Not too specifically detailed, it has to be this way. But, if you're someone who's always wanted children, you're not going to feel fulfilled without children, right? Or always wanted to travel and you never traveled before in your whole life, you're not going to be fulfilled. So what does fulfilled and all your cups full look like for you? The ideal career, social life, family life, love life, home life, whatever, creative life, all your cups. What do they look like? Draw 9 cups and put a word in each one that represents them. We've got the Hanged Man, which is stillness, which is kind of where I feel we're at now. We're just like in suspension, like waiting for something huge to happen, but maybe just getting more and more confused by the minute. At least I am. We've got the Queen of Wands, who is very charismatic, very well liked, very creative and passionate, Said to be the most beautiful energy in all of tarot. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. We have the Devil, which is about obsession or holding on to things that no longer serve you or something having control over you. Capricorn energy. King of Pentacles, which is security, stability, especially financially, having a very stable foundation like a nest egg, the end of money troubles, the end of living paycheck to paycheck. Let's hope that would be nice. So a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. Let's keep that together. There's something there. Nine of Wands is a card of guardedness, a card of fear. Like 10 is completion. I've finished all 9 of these wands. I don't want to have to do that work again, so I'm just going to stand here and guard them and not do anything else and not live a life, because I'm just guarding my wands. We don't want to live like that either, right? That's not good either. And then you have Four of Swords. Rest, restore, recuperate, right? Relaxing. This is, self-care. And that's super important. Hey there, what's going on? I want to look at this Devil card a little bit. Give me 1 second, guys. The Nine of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. It's like you had an idea of what, if I don't have this exact thing or these exact things that come to me in this exact way, I'll never feel fulfilled. I'll never feel fulfilled. That could be a devil for a lot of you, right? The devil chains you. It holds you back. It keeps you trapped and stuck. And you can't progress forward and allow new things into your life or even ascend higher until you let go of the things that have control over you. So if your Nine of Cups has always been very must be this way, you're being asked to give up a little bit of control and flex a little bit here, because we don't always know what's best for us. We don't. And Spirit's not going to give us what we just want because we want it. Or why would we want to do it that way? Why? Because most likely we're going to think of something on a smaller scale than the universe may actually have in store for us. Maybe you always thought that you would have 800 subscribers on a YouTube channel, right? And that would be amazing and so cool. And you just focused on that happening. But Spirit's well, I guess she doesn't need the 2 million we were planning to give her. Oh, okay. We always minimize, right? We don't believe the big things can happen to us or that we deserve them, but we do. Miracles can't happen for you if you don't believe they can, okay? So let go of anything that's holding you back. Self-limiting beliefs, an obsessive hold on a past relationship, job, person, idea that I had to be this, it has to be this, or I'm not gonna be happy. Try. I bet if you let it go, you'll be happier than you ever thought with something you never expected to happen for you or thought you'd love. Give the universe a chance, okay? Queen of Wands and Magician are both super magnetic. They attract, they don't chase. You don't have to put all this effort in, right, to chasing after what I want in my life to make me feel successful, fulfilled, or what people think's the idea of success or whatever it is, right? Just know that you attract it. Attract, we don't chase. And, attract what? King of Pentacles, security, stability, financial stability, and building a strong foundation, a stable foundation, right? Having a nest egg. This could even sometimes be about generational wealth, wealth that affects your family forever, changes your family's dynamics and life forever. That'd be cool. King of Wands, follow your passion. The Sun, happiest card in tarot, positivity. Four of Pentacles, control. Four of Wands, we've got 444. Four of Wands is about celebration. It's also my marriage card. It's kind of similar to that Three of Cups, celebrating with friends and loved ones. But it's also about building from a stable foundation, right? I always say to you guys, the chair with 4 legs versus 2. Which one do you want to sit in? The one with 4. So 444 might be an energy that you're in right now. But 8's too. Yeah. Okay. I'm done with that. I feel like if I keep touching those cards, we're going to keep deep diving into other things, and this will never go anywhere. So Oris, we don't really have a theme to the reading. I wanted to talk to everybody about some things going on, like just going on with myself, but also what I thought might be going on collectively. And I had a bunch of predictions and like June astrological and shit to cover. And then I just said, let's just see what Spirit wants to say, because I haven't read in a hot minute for you guys. For the collective, please. For the collective, what do they need to know? What advice and guidance can you give to the collective? Hearing like grounding. Some of y'all need a little bit more time in nature. Okay, connecting to the earth, letting Mother Earth nourish you, and with love and compassion, inner child healing. Okay. Oof, powerful. All right, powerful. Huh. All right, you got two goddesses that showed up for you guys. This is Oya, represents change, and this is Sedna. Can you guys see that okay? I think you can, with the little huskies. So cute. My family always had huskies when I was growing up, my parents. So Sedna is sadness. It's card 28, which is a 10. Change, card number 23, that's a 5. 555 is the number of change. 10s are completion. So it's like the end of sadness. It's time for change to come in, but you have to allow it. And if you need guidance, work with one of these deities. Call one of these goddesses, Oya or Sedna. Ask them for guidance. Ask them to help you know what to leave behind and what to move towards. It's funny, she looks like, yeah, she's like totally making like lightning bolts. Do you see that? Electric lightning bolts. And she's underwater looking fried. Like, look at that. Is that not crazy? You got to get in touch with that powerful side. You know, own your own power now. Don't shy away from it. Be proud of it. And this other card that came out says negation and confirmation. It's card number 1, which is giving me first step vibes. Don't fall for like the, you know, the moon's here. That's the moon is illusion. It's false. It's the shadow side of things. You know, don't fall for those limiting, devil binding you beliefs. That, you know, this is as far as you can go, or this is the only pathway to get there. Don't be stuck on disappointments, past disappointments, crying over spilt milk. If it happens, acknowledge it, feel your feelings, move on, and move on fast. All right, cut it out, cut that out. Okay, it wasn't meant for me, that sucks. I feel some kind of way, I'm gonna cry for a bit. All right, cool. Moving on, quickly, okay? Out of this energy. You can always create again, right? And something new will always replace anything that leaves your life. But it will be for your highest good. The new will be better suited to you. I'm hearing if it spilled, it wasn't for you, like it's like a glass of wine or something spilled over here, like if that, you know, if it spilled and you never got to drink it, you were never meant to. That's all. That's all it is. That wasn't yours, but there's another one for you. Just go to the next bar, whatever. You know what I mean, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm still getting downloaded. I'm trying to multitask, see what decks I'm being pointed to. For the collective, best and highest messages, advice and guidance for the collective during this time. Elk and raccoons. Hi, how are you? You're lost? Hang on. We'll try to get you back. Although lost is kind of, I think, how we all feel right now. For the collective, advice and guidance, please. For the collective. You've got gratitude showing up for you. Throat chakra vibes. Some of y'all might want to open your throat chakra. That's an authenticity thing too, right? Clear communication is a theme here in Gemini season, so that may be really valid. There's a throat chakra video opening, like a throat chakra activation and opening video on my channel, so check that out. I have Reiki on it and all the things. Singing also opens your throat chakra. Howling at the moon, which you all know I love to do. No shame. Oh, another throat chakra card. All right, so you got gratitude, you've got despondence. Disconnected from earth is how I heard this. That's like the Empress card, Mother Earth vibes. You got to ground into the earth. You got to connect with the Earth Mother, okay? And find gratitude in everything. Live in an energy of gratitude every single day, especially right now. It's going to raise the vibration for all of us, and we're going to need that. We also have workaholic and completion here. But the work, look at the work. The work is art. That's creation. Creating this beautiful art, like, doesn't look like hard work. It looks like fun work, doesn't it? And completion, which is like sacral chakra vibes. This is someone grieving, obviously. I know that there's been a lot of loss. A lot of my close friends are experiencing a lot of loss right now. It was always par for the course in the energy that we're in. It's nothing bad or these were bad people or anything like that. It's just in a time of ascension. Not all earthly souls are meant to go through that, or not all earth bodies can handle the process of going through that. I know it's hard. We got to handle it. You know, I'm a widow. I lost my best friend. I lost my husband, my grandmother I was super close to in a very short period of time. I get it. Loss ain't easy, but it's okay. We'll be okay. It's not forever. Sometimes they even become part of your spirit team and you actually can grow closer to your loved one after they pass on, which happened with my husband. Completion. Yeah, completing cycles, but it's bigger than that. Ancestral cycles, I'm hearing. Changing your family's ancestral like energy and lineage, and what will come forward for the next generation is kind of all up to us right now. So let's make it good. Working at your creation, right? Creating what you're meant to. We're all meant to create something here. We all have a place, a piece of a puzzle, the puzzle, right? For the collective of Earth. You've got to create what you're meant to add at this time to help everybody enlighten. Yeah, enlightenment. Enlightenment. Okay. Find your center of creation, which is like your throat chakra and your third eye. But also the sacral chakra is another place that creativity comes from. So you want to keep them open. You have release, crown chakra, and you have vanity as well. Creation, which is also crown. Like the release card has gravestones on it too, you know. And then creation. Create what you're meant to create here. Why is vanity here? Okay, so not doing it from a place of ego, not like because I want to be famous and rich and powerful and I want to have all the best answers. You need to do it from a place of authenticity, right? With no end game in mind. That I'm not saying that may not happen. It very well might. But it can't be your motivation, right? Because that's too egoic. That's not being genuine and true to our soul path and purpose. That's being true to our ego. Okay, now what? I'm getting super vibrate-y again, so something else is coming in. Hold on, I'll read your comments in a second. I just can't at the same time as doing this, and I don't have a moderator. Oh, there we go. Lips are going crazy. If you're new here, this means that I'm in angel energy or very high vibrational spirit energy. Oh, okay. For the collective. I'm grabbing decks I never use, and I don't know why. Just being led. Okay. Oh, sorry, Mom, it's a snake. But it feels really relevant and magical that it came out right now because it's a Kundalini snake. It has the colors of the chakras, but it also sort of has like a little bit of the, you know, medical, what do you call it, like the oath, that staff thing. And I said there would be breakthroughs, right, in technology and healthcare and stuff like that. So you really might be meant to create something big, so don't deny yourself that or ever think it can't be you that has the answers. It most certainly can be and probably is you. But also working on keeping those chakras open, energy flowing. This is definitely Kundalini, which will build creative energy in you. And the way to, you know, do that is you can just search on YouTube for Kundalini videos and start to practice it, awakening all of your chakras and watching the energy flow evenly, you know, up and down in this never-ending kind of cycle. Deal with the dirt. Yeah, connected to the earth. Is grounding into the earth is big here. There's a lotus flower on this too. Discover the pattern. Discover the pattern. Oh, were you? They're always reaching out to you. And stand up for yourself. There's that Seven of Wands energy. Stand up for yourself. Cool. All right. So to add to our little animal list that's been going on, we had elk come through, we had a raccoon come through, now we've got snake, we've got skunk, we have a katydid, whatever that is, some kind of giant ass bug, and a black snake. I have always had a thing for manatees. I don't know if you remember, Mom, that I did that science fair project and it did good, so I got to go to like the county-wide one or something, and the whole project was about manatees because they were going extinct at the time, because I'm old. Back in the day, they were going extinct when I did this project in like elementary school. Do you remember that, Mom? Ever since then, I have wanted to see a manatee in person, and I go to Florida like every other week, and I've never seen one. So I'm like made it a point to actually like do something. My friend takes me to this place, and literally it's the first place we park, the first place we stop. I walk down to the water, and there's 2 friggin' manatee just right there in the water with me. I was just wading in the water with some manatees. It was really freaking cool. I don't know why I felt compelled to tell you guys that, but it just happened. And I saw a lot of really huge iguana this time that I don't normally see there. I know that they exist there, don't get me wrong, but I normally see the little guys, little tiny guys. These were like ginormous. Their tails kind of reminded me of snakes when they'd be like, iguana or snake? I have to show you guys some pictures. I got some really big ones this time. It was very cool, but I had a very outdoorsy, naturey sort of week, and the weekend before that I was camping outside, not normally things for me. So this grounding nature vibe, earthy vibe is really coming through, and these animals are significant. That's what I'm trying to get through. So elk, raccoon. I'm gonna put manatee on the list too because I've been talking about them. Skunks, skunk energy. What else did we have? The black snake, the katydid thing. Okay. And maybe lizards are a thing / iguanas too. I don't know. Maybe. Because I was talking about them and I don't normally see them either. All right. I feel like we're still missing something. Something else is trying to come through and I'm not getting it. Let's go somewhere else. What do I want? Oh, that's a good idea. Let's have fun. Well, that's another message that keeps coming through. Spirit wanting everyone to be more playful. It's like getting back to like childlike energy, for one, to get you into the energy of healing inner child shit. But 2, remembering things that you loved to do as a child is a really great way to open up your creativity and find like your soul path usually. Usually it's related. You liked it, were passionate about it as a kid because it leads to your soul purpose later in life in some weird way, like usually not an obvious way. So think about that. What did you love to do as a kid for fun? Spirit wants us to be more playful. Have more fun. I know it's hard to not take things super seriously when I'm sitting here telling you like, holy shit, shit's coming. But it's coming anyway. Like, right? We have the power to decide how we handle things. We have the power to decide if we're going to be happy today or not. You know, that all lies within us. So we can make the choice and the decision to still just try to have fun and be playful. Not take things too seriously. It'll all work out as it's meant to. All right. What do you want to tell the collective, Spirit? What are we telling the collective? Stop talking. I wonder if that's a message for me. Shut your mouth and listen. It probably is. If you're looking for clarity, I just heard shut your mouth and listen. Go within, connect to your higher self, meditate or sit in silence or with binaural music on every day and just see what comes in, okay? Or ask for visions in your dreams and ask to remember them. Make sure you start recording them the moment you wake up. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. That doesn't really vibe for me though. You're giving too many fucks. Give 0. That's good advice. You're giving away your power. You're a badass. Act like it. I love that one. That's a huge yes. You need some fucking yoga in your life because ancient shit is cool. Get back to ancient shit, right? But sure, maybe it's that deep. Maybe you're going all the way back to something that you did in ancestral lives or something, or an ancestral line, right? Everybody in your family had this. You might be uncovering ancestral gifts you didn't know you had. They're going to come to fruition now. You're going to be more psychic, more aware. You're going to find your spiritual gifts you didn't know you had. What else did I just hear? That ancestral one really triggered some things. Going back to childhood, right? Finding what you loved as a kid, being more playful, inner child healing. And maybe you just straight up need to do some yoga and meditation because ancient shit is cool. I ain't mad about that. I think that was pretty on point. Yeah. Hi, how are you, Crystal? I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry it's been a hot minute. I promise I'm getting better at it. All right. Yeah, it's a good deck. It's called the Rebel deck in case anyone wants to get it. And they basically just curse you off, but in a way you needed to hear. They have a few new versions out now too. I would love to get. The highest messages for the collective, please. These are messages from like Native American elders and ancestors. Hey, Crystal Candle. Hi, how are you? All right, for the collective. These are shaman messages. Yeah, if I didn't get that out yet. It's from the Shaman Oracle. What does the collective need to hear right now? Best and highest messages, please. Okay, I'm still seeing 3 more decks. This is a lot of messages. Holy crap, I can't go so long without coming on here. Because now it's like there's so much to unload on you guys. I promise I'll check your comments as soon as I can. I know I missed a bunch. For the collective, what do they need to hear? What advice and guidance can you offer? Okay. 2255. Don't ask me why, I don't know. The number 1. 19. Card 63 with wind. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. For Beauty Way. And 24, the Heart of Sky. Heart of Sky. I will always take a candle. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, if you don't mind, and you can. Wind, Heart of Sky, Beauty Way. Wind, air sign energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, winds of change. I'm hearing dragonfly. It's transformation. The Heart of Sky. It's Funny because when like air sign energy is of the mind, they're like the mental thinkers, thank you, of the zodiac. And then the heart would be the opposite, right? Head over heart or head and heart coherence, making decisions solely on, you know, from your mind and intellect versus solely from your heart, neither of which are good. We always need that nice balance there. Beauty way. All right, so it's duality, as above, so below energy, balancing the head and the heart so that you are planning, you know, and you're making good decisions. You have a you know, thought out plan, but then you're also able to follow your heart to get to the right pathways to make that plan happen, right? Beauty way. You'll be guided. You're going to receive little signs. Thank you. God, you guys, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. Get these messages. You're going to receive what may be subtle signs. Trust them. Believe them, okay? If you see a flipping red bird 3 days in a row or some shit, always going this way, keep going that way, okay? They might be little. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Yeah, keep looking for those little signs. Don't doubt them. Believe, you know, that's what it is. And trust your instincts. Trust that you're being led. Center yourself. You've got to find time to connect to your higher self right now. We all do. And I've been lacking on that myself. There's a less than 10-minute meditation video on my channel on how to do it. It works really well. If you can do it once a week, amazing. If you could do it 3 times a week, fantastic. If you can do it every day, you're a master. You will thrive. You'll get a lot out of it. A lot out of it, I promise. It's very rewarding work. Okay. 424. I'm sorry if you guys hear all that banging around up there. Yeah, me too. I fail a lot too. That's why I'm on here like apologizing to you guys for being a train wreck recently. 964469. That's 19. I just saw the number 19 again. I told you guys June 19th is a date to keep your eye on. It's the only day I'm really concerned about in June that it's going to be volatile, or like I said, just very disappointing that day. I don't like it. Okay, I think I got to where they wanted me to get with this. Yes. Okay, we're almost done. They showed me 2 more. This one for sure. Oh, don't fall. I'm taking out so many cards that the way that they're all stacked inside their little holder is like teetering. This is like the most card-heavy reading ever. Okay, for the collective spirit, best and highest messages, please. If you got here late, definitely go back and watch the beginning of this with all of the predictions and everything. It's been wild. Things have been coming in like crazy, and crazy things are happening. Rapid succession. Someone's passed on. Loved one came to talk to me on my flight today, like right after takeoff. Okay. Advice and guidance, please, for the collective, best and highest messages. What do they need to know at this time? How can we help them? Oh, hey. Holy shit. It's like a bajillion. Do I really need all of these? Yeah, they all have energy. Okay. Air spirit, again. The spirit of knowledge, card number 1. I think I said number 1 was right, one of those random numbers that just flew out of my mouth. Number 22, I said that number 2, I'm sure. Hummingbird spirit with joy. Daffodil fairy, new beginnings, card 10, completion. Again, we keep getting, thank you. We keep going back to that. Did you mean what was the message from the passed on loved one? If that's what you meant, let me know. Reflecting pool and stillness, that's going within. Stillness, right? Progression is in the stillness, you guys. Get quiet, get still. Listen for your signs. Listen for your higher self to guide you. You have water spirit, manifesting your dreams, card 46. Standing stones, it's your passageway. What passage? You're going to find it. You're going to manifest your dreams. You're going to find your path, but it's in the stillness, okay, that you find it. Secret spring with success, card 34. Yes, I got you, Kim. Hang on one sec. Ancient oak spirit with strength, number 2. Oak. Oh my God, the oak oh my God, oak spirit came to me. I just remembered. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and look at my notes about that, because obviously the thing that I keep feeling like I'm missing is whatever the hell this oak message is. So let me get back to you. But it's strength, and we had the strength card right away in the start of this reading. So working with the oak spirit energy, it's very big in Celtic, ancient religion, and also native religion and culture. Hold on. Yeah, you can work with this oak spirit. Sit under an oak tree. That's the root. I keep telling you to ground, root with the earth. Do it under an oak tree and listen for the messages. They will talk to you. They're very wise. They've been on the earth forever. A 100-year-old tree has seen a lot more than we have. So they have a lot of wisdom. Okay. Forest temple with enlightenment, and that card has definitely come up already in this reading. And it's number 19. That was one of the other numbers I said, wasn't it? Oh my God, what's happening, you guys? Christ. All right. Forest. The enlightenment is in the forest. Go sit under some trees. Go be some tree huggers. I'm serious. And I want freaking pictures. I better get a picture of y'all hugging a tree or sitting under it or something. And then your quiet reflection. Okay. You did. That's amazing. Okay. The message from the passed on loved one is actually on my phone, which I'm recording with right now. And when I channel, I can't remember much. But it was like the person had a very warm smile. It was a father figure. A blue sweater kept coming through, like cozy sweater, kept them warm, and the color orange. I can't remember all of it. But if anybody is on my Facebook page, it's on there. I posted the whole thing because I knew the message was for someone. And a good friend of mine, who I shared a fundraiser for to get to back home from where she was living, which is far away from her home, to see her father before he passed. And she commented that she believed it was her father who just passed away last night or this morning, which is wild. But it's all on my Facebook page if you want to follow that. Which is Dani Holman, or at That Witch Dani. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Anywhere else you want me to go? Am I done? Are we done? Are they done? I just gave you guys a lot, like at once. I feel like we're done. I feel like we're done. Yeah. Okay, let me look at all of these messages that I missed. Sorry, guys, and I'll try to catch up and answer anything that you guys have said to me. Talking about the snakes. All your exes are calling you. I don't know if you're still here, Marwa, Mira, but if you are, let me know. It's interesting because we're not in a retrograde. Well, Pluto, but that wouldn't be it. Let's see. Anything else? Okay. Sorry if this is annoying, but it's the only way for me to read your messages. Deer walk up to me, stare me in the eyes, and then casually walked into the woods. Cool. It's been eventful. Oh, me too. That's why you haven't seen me in a hot minute, but I'm back. Okay. Love that, Crystal. Thank you. Wouldn't want it any other way. That's funny. Okay. I love the moccasins. Super rad. Oak is the best hardwood. 4 oak trees in your yard. Oh my God, that's amazing. And over 100. Love. Your maternal grandmother was native. Cool, 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 cool. Okay. All right. I think we got there. So if anybody else has been getting downloads, predictions, you know, these feelings, these vibes, you're not sure what they are or what to do with them, let me know. I want to kind of make it a much bigger point to share them all with you guys right away so that if you're getting messages too, we can piece them together and get full, you know, message and help each other out and, you know, make this collective really a force here for change and for good. And you know, it's like we have such an amazing resource here and we're not using it in the best way, or I'm not. So let's start doing that. It's time. Cool? Is that cool with you guys? Be more of a support for one another and yeah, I know you have. I'll send healing again too, by the way, Crystal. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's been wild. Keep those crown chakras open and third eye chakras open right now for sure, so that the messages can get in. Connect to your higher self. Spend time in the stillness. Okay. Progress is in the stillness, not in the hustle. All right. And go find an oak tree and hug it, or sit under it, and let it talk to you. Okay. You just might get a little flurry of a vision, right? A fleeting like moment of something just pops in your head. Trust it. Believe it. That message came from the friggin' wise oak tree you're sitting under. I promise. You just gotta believe it. Okay? Okay. Oh, Spirit said inspiration. Okay. Got it. Got it. Hold on. So I guess you mean that this will be a more inspiring message than the other messages? I thought I was inspiring. Was I not? Maybe I wasn't. I'm being snarky. I'm out of it. I'm tired. I'm really hungry. And I've been downloaded like crazy, so I feel weird. Ooh, throat chakra. I can't wait to go hug a tree tomorrow. It's finally going to be nice enough. When I left here, it had been raining and freezing for like 2 months straight, literally. And then I got to Florida, who had been in a huge drought and had 100-degree sunshine days for the last 2 months. All of a sudden, it was downpouring the whole time I was there. So I didn't really get much outside time. I had like 2 hours of nice weather the whole time. Okay, what is the message you want the collective to hear as their final inspiration message tonight? Thank you. Okay, man, I'm gonna have some cards to put away. Oh, this has such Cancer vibes. The zodiac sign. Card 34, which has also come up twice, as a 43 and a 34. It's time to come home, goddess of the sea. That energy has definitely flown through this whole reading. Abundance, purification, and ego. This card's really, really beautiful. I'm losing my throat chakra. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. Preach. Card number 40, which has also come up 3 times in this reading. And it says, sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, and humor. Well, humor's been a vibe, right? We're going to be more playful. We're going to have more fun. We're not going to take things so seriously. We're going to pull Rebel Deck and Spiritual AF messages. And, oh, you know what? We can use my new oracle, too, that I created that will be for sale shortly. I've just been struggling with the printer situation. All right, let me read you these messages, y'all, and then we'll be done. 34, where are you? Can't find it. Okay. Yes, no, maybe? Border cards. Cool. Goddess of the sea. I'm coming home to where my soul calls me is the affirmation spell. I am coming home to where my soul calls me. The fisherman has been on a long and challenging journey. He's been casting his net for fish, but the fish do not come. His soul is starving and he longs for more. Suddenly, he sees a shining light in the distance, a soft purple glow that he decides to follow. He is led to the goddess of the sea, her ruling element being the forces and symbology of water. Her purpose is to help us remember where the real treasures are. She can show you what it is you need, not just what you want. And if you're willing to know, she can show you what is soul versus ego. That's crazy. I just said that. She takes you beyond your false needs and false self. She throws you a world of true spiritual abundance. The fisherman symbolizes the ego and its endless desires for and hunger for more. Yet he is searching in the wrong places and it's never enough. He plunders the seas and gets lost in its vast expanses. After all his searching for more, he has never felt less, small, insignificant, empty, even though an abundant sea lies beneath him and all around him. The goddess of the sea dissolves everything that is not true or rooted in soul. This can be painful. Guys, this is like verbatim what I just said. As we all have our vices, she is powerful and represents the endless abundance of water, its purification power, and the cleansing it can bring. Whew, flipping out a little. Pulling this card is affirmation of her awakening within you. You're starting to notice more of what is not true. Masks are falling off. You're realizing more often when you are casting a net for false treasure. The things that used to sparkle have become dull and undesirable. You feel called toward what is real for you. You're becoming less and less like the fisherman. This card can also be a sign to watch extra closely where you are fishing. The sea goddess calls you near and has much to show you. You're so close to her. It's time to come now. Release your net. You won't need it much longer. And our manifestation enhancer for this card is reflect or journal on the fish you used to cast your net for. Acknowledge the false ego desires you no longer seek or catch. Appreciate gratitude, right? The times you have chosen to come home instead. Reflect on anything now that feels misaligned for you or anything that doesn't seem to shine like it used to. This is your sign to let that go. I love that. I hope you guys loved that too. It hit me. It hit me. Okay. What's next? Sweet Oblivion. I am freely floating amid the beautiful cosmos. Preach. This is the one that said humor on it too. I am freely floating amid the beautiful cosmos. Sinking into the unknown, trusting in your own free will in combination with fate. The sorceress who embraces the power within the void. Sometimes it is okay to be lost and have no answers. You guys, what's happening? Oh my God. Sometimes the best adventures happen when we don't know where we're going. Sometimes the greatest love is found when we aren't looking for it. Such is the power of destiny. Ironic humor, great contradictions. There is a choice to be made where we are floating amid the great expanse of the cosmos. We will choose freedom, or will we choose fear? One empowers while the other disempowers. Perhaps the ultimate choice would be somewhere in the middle. Maybe this is what living with bravery means. Strength card again. The hero often has no idea what they are doing, yet they take on a courageous role. They meet it head on. They do the best they can with what they do know and integrate what they find out along the way. The Sweet Oblivion card reminds us that nobody really knows what they're doing. How could they? We were not given a manual for exactly what to do in our lives, moment to moment. We are just here to live, not to solve the totality of the great mystery. Rather, we're here to experience it, evolve with it. Our human mind mistakes knowingness for safety and peace. That is true. That is so true. The human mind mistakes knowingness for safety and peace. Damn. I have chills. It values cosmic order over cosmic chaos, but both are essential. When we pull the Sweet Oblivion card, it asks you not to compare yourself to others. It reminds you to not be fooled by how others may present themselves in the world. The confidence another displays means nothing about what is within them. A seemingly insecure person could have far more understandings than someone who boasts and brags. Humankind is simultaneously lost and at home within the universe. We have no idea what we're doing, only that we must evolve toward a higher state of being, that we are souls connected to one great spirit. What did I just hear? Let me get that back. Hold on. It's like a Buddhist sort of like wisdom. You know, those who know that they know nothing, basically, right? Like, if you're really spiritually awakened and evolved and you consider yourself a spiritual expert or something, you know you don't know shit. Like, I don't know shit. Manifestation enhancer. Notice the ways in which you feel you are missing something that others have, or when you feel everybody else knows something that you don't. Reassure yourself kindly when you recognize them. Deeply breathe and affirm to yourself, it's okay. Nobody really knows what they're doing anyway. Take your life day by day, one step at a time, and trust the journey, just as the hero does. Be more playful, have more fun. Don't take everything so seriously. It's just Earth. It's not a big deal. It seems like a big deal now. But when we go home, this ain't gonna be a big deal. Nobody's gonna remember shit. Okay? And if you like messed something up, then, you just get your report card and, you might have to come back and learn it all over again. That happens. Right? You've been here a million times before. Maybe not a million. Guarantee this ain't your first rodeo. All right, my loves. Thank you for your patience with me while I navigate all of the crazy things that happen in my life, all of the time that I'm still trying to get used to. And my gifts are changing and I'm awakening to new things too. So I really appreciate your patience. I think I've come up with a schedule that will work better for all of us to get messages out to you more frequently. I promise at least 3 days a week that I will. And like I said, find me on like my other social medias at That Witch Dani, so you can message me and talk to me and let me know when you guys are getting downloads, or have questions or something that you want to like add. Let me know what kind of readings you want to see, all of the things, because I think collectively we're much more powerful. So I really do want your opinions and you to have a bigger part here. I think it's necessary for us to get the info we need and to grow, because you guys are magical too, or you wouldn't have found me, right? All right, my loves. Thank you so much. Go back and watch the predictions and stuff in the beginning if you missed them. Do the throat chakra opening, the connecting to your higher self things on my channel, okay? They really do help. And a cord cutting if you need to let go. Love and light, you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. I'm starving. I'm gonna get pizza.